Uh, we're ready now for our first show of 2025. This is huge stuff going on. We took a look at the rankings and everything. Well, I'm at the end of the year awards. We'll take a look at the rankings for uh, All Star Pro now. This is the rankings for the male openweight and female openweight divisions. Okay. Okay, hostility. Let's go hostility. Tough love. Supremacy. Uproar. Dragon. Dark storm. Okay. Strength and Honor in New Jersey. Louisiana Lionheart. Jackpot. Reverse nice numbers. Tough Love. No Resistance. Heart of a Champion. Okie dokie. So we got our main events in, and now it's time for looks like we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shows for this week. I mean, for this episode. And we're gonna start off with New Year, New Me. And yeah, we'll go through all the fights taking place in this show as well, just like we ended off that way. ASP 51 New Year, New Me being held in Iowa. This is the first ASP show of 2025. We're due to have 6 main fights plus 2 preliminary bouts. Dylan Cox is main eventing against Leon Irons. This is the first time headlining a show, and this is the first time they have fought. Irons is making his debut. 6 picks for Cox, 1 pick for Irons. And we've got Odin Corner versus Comer. Sorry, Comer. Odin Comer versus Ueda Funaki. And this is the first time they have fought. Funaki is making his ASP debut. The betting lines have Comer as a big favorite. Ryasha Sarabian versus Malvina Gubin. Their first time fighting. Both are making their ASP debut tonight. And Gubin is a big favorite. Prince Lolia versus Samuel Sanchez. There's first time fighting. Sanchez has a 10-inch reach advantage. Lolia is a favorite. Elodie Harrelson versus Aklin Vipavekit. There's first time fighting, and Harrelson is a favorite by a huge margin. Penelope Rees and Aduna Leach. This is the first time they have fought. Rees will have a significant weight advantage. Rees, no picks. Leach, the fan favorite. Nate Williams versus Erko June. June last lost back in November 2019. This is the first time they have fought. This is the ASP debut of June, and he is a fan favorite. Kendra Franks versus Lauren Wolf. This is the first time they have fought. Franks is a fan favorite. And Keith Peterson is the referee. Matt Hume, Sal D'Amato, and Chris Lee are the judges. And here we go. They touch gloves. Stand and trade blows, but nothing significant. And seemingly an exciting round, and we head into round 2 already. They come together and strike. Both fighters move in and engage. And we get into round 2. Now we're going in. That was round 2, and now we're in the final round. Uses the left jab. And there's a nasty cut above Franks' eye. She looks very tired out there, apparently, too. Takedown attempt is successful. That's the end of the fight, and now Wolf wins by unanimous decision. And the fight was rated as great. In the last of the preliminary bouts, Nate Williams faces Erko June. Keith Patterson is our referee. Sal D'Amato, Chris Lee, and Nelson Hamilton are the judges. Williams is being in front of a home crowd. Williams got the crowd going for him. "30 seconds goes with not much going on. Now we're into the final round. Okay. And June won by unanimous decision. The fight was rated good. And Aduna Leach defeated Penelope Reeves by unanimous decision of round 3. And the fight was average. Next up is Elodie Harrelson against Acklin Vipavekit. And Keith Patterson will be the referee. Our judges will be Sal D'Amato, Chris Lee, and Nelson Hamilton. Nothing about touching gloves, so... Oh! Accidental eye poke. Luckily nothing bad happened. Harrelson is knocked down. 4, 5. Oh. Vipavekit takes the victory by knockout kick of round 1. The fight was rated as great. Now we've got Prince Lolia versus Samuel Sanchez. Herb Dean will be the referee, with our judges being Sal D'Amato, Chris Lee, and Nelson Hamilton. They do touch gloves. And we got a cut above Sanchez's eye. And Prince Lolia defeats Sanchez by TKO strikes in round 2. The fight was rated as fantastic. Now we've got Briasha Surabian versus Malvina Gubin. Herb Dean is the referee. Chris Lee, Nelson Hamilton, and Tony Weeks are the judges. And Gubin wins by submission armbar. Round 1. The fight was rated as great. Now you got our co-main event. Odin Comer versus Uyeda Funaki. Mark Smith will be the referee. Mark Hume, Sal D'Amato, and Chris Lee are the judges. And Odin Comer wins by submission. Triangle with armbar of round 1. The main event was rated is good. Co-main event, sorry. And now we go to our main event. Dillian Cox takes on Ion Irons. Keith Patterson's the referee. Our judges are Chris Lee, Nelson Hamilton, and Tony Weeks. Cox, in front of a home crowd, gets a loud cheer as he enters. Ugh. Ion Irons won by TKO already. 13 seconds. That's insane. The fight was rated as good. That's an insane main event. And we do reach high level international. We got 77% in the critical rating. Popularity does increase everywhere. It's good stuff to see. And we've got $6,158,015 in profit. That's insane. But yeah, we're starting to build ourselves up towards success. Again, which is good to see. Of course, is us trying to get to mid-level international now. But I shall be back. Alrighty, and we are back, and it's time for ASP Red Alert. Let's get started on it with Red Alert taking place in Iowa. Alexa Culp versus Jessica Borga. That is our main event. We'll watch just the main show for this one. And then we've got ASP 52 Red Alert being held in Iowa. This is the second ASP show of 2025. We're due to have 4 main fights and 4 preliminaries. The main event is Alexa Culp versus Jessica Borga. This is both fighters' first time headlining a big show. This is the first time they have fought. 5 picks for Culp, 2 picks for Borga. And we've got Gerardo de Freitas versus Nikita Kolshin. De Freitas hasn't won since February 2019. This is the first time they have fought. 3 picks for Freitas, 4 picks for Kolshin. That's our co-main event. Brinley Whitmer versus Claire Guthrie. This is the first time they have fought. Whitmer is a big favorite to win. Reese Orton versus Mohammed Kwai Abzak. This is the first time they have fought, and Orton is a big favorite. Francisco Figueiredo versus Jesse Hanman. This is the first time they have fought. Hanman will have a significant weight advantage. 4 picks for Figueiredo and 3 picks for Hanum. Theodore Road versus Taki Kitamura. This is the first time they have fought. 5 picks for Road, 2 picks for Kitamura. Anahi Tillman versus Consuela Nave. This is the first time they have fought. 5 picks for Tillman, 2 picks for Nave. Reese Watkins versus Danny Roberts. This is the first time they have fought. Watkins trains at Syndicate MMA. Roberts has an overall record of 0-1 against the other members of that team. 6 picks for Watkins, 1 pick for Roberts. As we now head into the main show, Reese Orton wins by submission armbar of round 2. The fight was rated as great. Brinley Whitmer versus Claire Guthrie. Won by unanimous decision. Whitmer won by unanimous decision. The fight was average. Short and sweet. She thanks her sponsors and all her fans. The co-main event, Gerardo de Freitas battles Nikita Kolshin. Nikita Kolshin actually wins by unanimous decision. The fight was decent. Great work there for Nikita Kolshin. Alright, now let's go to the main event. Alexa Culp versus Jessica Borga. Let's find out who gets the win. Will it be the wrestler or the person? Will it be the Lakeland Floridan, who's a former wrestler, or will it be the St. Louis Missourian with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu background? It is the St. Louis Missourian with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu background who won by unanimous decision, and the fight was rated as average. So we got an average main event. Perfect. We got into mid-level international in a 56% in the critical rating, so not great, but that's okay. I think we got our highest attendance of 10,414 people. So that is insane to think about. We got over $2 million in the gate, which is insane. And popularity does increase in some places, but it decreases in others. So there you go there. I'm gonna bring it up just a little bit. Let's go 500,000 for each. Let's see what we get. Alrighty. And we got $3,495,453 in profit. That is insane. And my god, we're getting even closer to getting to high level international. So I mean, we're at low level international right now. Hopefully we can continue on as we head towards becoming the #1 MMA promotion. And the whole idea also is to become better than the UFC. That's the whole point of that as well. So yeah, not really much else needed to be said there. And I shall be back actually as we go into, I think it's catch weight that we're doing next. So yeah, you won't have to watch this eternal loading screen. I'll skip that for you guys, don't worry. And I shall be back. And we are back. It's time now for Catch Weight Extreme Warfare. Not really seeing anything. Complete suspension, contract renewal. That's really all I'm seeing. So, here we go. Extreme Warfare is tonight. And our main event is Rick Glenn and Paddy Pimblett. And everyone did make weight. That's good to see. Looks like the main event, everybody's going for Paddy Pimblett. Paddy is a former UFC fighter too, so that's pretty cool that we've got him on our roster. Even the preliminary fights were catch weight fights. We're going to Catch Weight 1 Extreme Warfare being held in Southern Australia. This is the third ASP show of 2025 with 6 main fights and 2 preliminaries. Our main event is Rick Glenn versus Paddy Pimblett. Neither fighter headlined for ASP before. Paddy Pimblett's making his ASP debut. This is the first time they've fought. And Schoenfield versus Allison Lash. That is the co-main event. Emmy Hesketh versus Danielle Taylor. Hesketh is a huge favorite. Gabriel Nurmagomedov versus Aki Ueda. Ueda is the favorite. Damir Ismagulov versus Tony Ferguson. Damir is the favorite. Jean Nagase versus Oceana Camacho. Nagase is the favorite. This is the first time they fought, and it is Nagase's debut. John Matthewson versus Dalcha Lungiambula. This is the first time they have fought. 2 picks for Matthewson, 5 picks for Lungiambula. And Ashley Corwin versus Elena Lambert. This is the first time they have fought. Both of these 2 fighters will be leaving ASP after this fight. And they're both making their pro debut tonight. We simulate now to the main event. Rick Glenn faces Paddy Pimblett. Herb Dean is the referee. Our judges are Glenn Trowbridge, Nelson Hamilton, and Marcus Rosales. And here we go. They touch gloves. Exchange of strikes. Pimblett talks a little trash. And that seems to be biting Pimblett a little bit. And we're done with round 1. Round 2 begins. 2 fighters engage. They meet in the center and strike. Pimblett's trying to muscle Glenn up against the ropes. He's backed against the ropes. Smothered against the ropes. We have 1 minute of the round remaining. Takedown attempt from Pimblett. Doesn't work. Takedown attempt doesn't work again. And the winner by split decision is, in fact, Rick Glenn. Rick Glenn has gotten the win in our main event. The fight was rated as good. Little bit of a surprise win there, but we did get to high-level international in the commercial rating and a 71% critical rating, which is good to see. Popularity does increase everywhere. That's great to see there. And I think we're gonna bring. Let's do it 9 all the way around and see what happens. We do lose $2,004,423 off of that, so that probably wasn't a good idea. Oh well. We've still got a lot of money, and we're still probably in profits from this month, so I'm not too worried about it. But now we just keep on moving, and we keep on going towards the next event as we try to head into mid-level international. So, yeah. I shall be back. And, yeah. Alrighty, and now we're back and getting ready for ASP 53 Triumph. A couple more people completed their suspension. Nothing too crazy really going on. And, yeah, here's Triumph right here. We're still at low-level international, but now almost everywhere in the world we're at low level international. We're still at high level national in Africa, but everywhere else we're at low level international now, which is pretty cool. And we're at ASP 53 Triumph in Minnesota with Jax Jasinski and Lachlan Spittler as the main event. Both of these two pretty older guys, 38 at 31 records. And we've got our co-main event, Natalie Crenshaw and Isha Soltis. So, yeah. We go to the pre-show analysis of 53 Triumph being held in Minnesota. This is the 4th ASP show of 2025. We're due to have 4 main fights and 4 preliminaries. Lachlan Spittler going up against Jax Jasinski is our main event. 1 pick for Spittler, 6 picks for Jasinski. Natalie Crenshaw, Isha Soltis. Both of them making their ASP debut. 4 picks for Crenshaw, 3 picks for Soltis. Khalid Sipes versus Derek Lambrecht. This is the first time they have fought. Both fighters are making their debut tonight for ASP. 3 picks for Sipes, 4 picks for Lambrecht. Morris Story versus Hari Inman. This is the first time they have fought. Both fighters are making their ASP debut tonight. 1 pick for Story and 6 picks for Inman. Sean Perry versus Adonis Grube. This is the first time they have fought. 7 picks for Perry, so he's a favorite. Fausto Aviles versus Asol Kwong. This is the first time they have fought. 1 pick for Aviles, 6 picks for Kwong. Justin Longoria versus Brian Barberena. This is the first time they have fought. Longoria was leaving after this fight. 7 picks for Barberena, so he's a favorite. And we've got Ibragimov versus Zaid Fritz. I don't know how to pronounce that, but this is the first time they have fought. 1 pick for Fritz and 6 picks for Ibragimov. And Fritz gets his first victory by majority decision of round 2. The fight was rated as average. Longoria remains without a win in his career by unanimous decision. The fight was rated as good. Fausto Aviles battles Asol Kwon. So, let's see now. Asol Kwong defeats Aviles by submission Kimura of round 1. The fight was rated as good. Great job there for the South Korean. And in the last of the preliminary bouts, we got Sean Perry versus Adonis Grube. Adonis won by unanimous decision. The fight was rated as good. So Sean Perry remains without a loss on his record. I mean, without a win on his record. Sorry. Our first main fight is up next with Morris Story taking on Hari Inman. Morris Story defeats Hari Inman by unanimous decision. Uh, Morris Story remains undefeated at 24-0. Great, seemingly decent win there for his ASP debut. Now we've got two undefeated fighters, 12-0 and 11-0. We'll see what happens there. Derek Lambrecht remains undefeated in unanimous decision. Khalid Sipes is no longer undefeated at 12-1. And Lambrecht is 12-0. And now we go to the co-main event. Natalie Crenshaw versus Isha Soltis. Natalie Crenshaw defeats Isha Soltis by unanimous decision. So Isha Soltis is no longer undefeated at 12-1, and Natalie Crenshaw is 14-1. Great job there for her. And now we go to the co-main event. No, sorry, we go to the main event. Lachlan Spittler versus Jax Jasinski. And both of these two are 30-1. Will it go to the guy in Cal? I mean, we got a 38-year-old and a 39-year-old, so there is a potential that they will. One of these two will retire. There is a potential. The fight was rated as great. And Jax Jasinski won by unanimous decision. So he's now 31-1, and Lachlan Spittler is 30-2. Nobody retired. Wow, that's a little surprising. We got below high level international. We are just about in just a little bit closer to high level international. I'm sorry, my mind's all over the place. Critical ratings at 76. So we did good there in the critical rating. And we got almost $3 million in the gate now. That's great to see. Popularity does increase in America, but it decreases everywhere else. Fun! But hey, at least popularity increased in America. That's where we're closest to getting to mid-level international. But as long as we stay at low-level international, I really don't care. But sorry about that. Anyway, only 2 awards are being given out this time around. Oh yeah, because there was no knockout that took place. Almost all the wins were by unanimous decision. So $4,793,543 in profit. That's the way I like it. Keep making me that money. Keep getting me that popularity. Please and thank you. As we are heading towards potentially reaching mid-level international. That's the goal anyways. And yeah, there's been a lot going on for the All-Star Pro side of things here at in this save. There's been a lot going on. But yeah. Alrighty. I was writing a couple of things down. Sorry about that. Couple of people completed their suspension. Contract renewals doesn't really matter. 3 shows remaining on the YouTube website. And we got into All Stars Men, the reality TV show. In a qualifying round fight, Atsushi Sakota beat Edward Folayang of All Stars Blue by submission. Again, I think all of the fighters of All Stars Yellow have. Oh no, there was one All Stars Yellow fighter that got eliminated. It was week 5. Bailey Vestal of All Stars Blue beat Cade Parcells by submission. Most of these uh, fights have been decided by submission instead of decision, like it was the last reality TV show we did at All Stars Women. So that's something interesting to look at. Looks like it was a great episode this week. They seemed to enjoy the reality TV show. Good job, us, I guess. But now we go into the final show of January 2025. Uh, and that is ASP 54 Rising Tide. So we'll get into that now. And we shall be back. Okie dokie. And Schoenfield shall resign. Okie dokie. And we continue on forward. That was really all I wanted to show you. Okay. We're back. And what how did we rise to mid-level international? We didn't even hold any shows. How are we at mid-level international? How did that happen? Well, we made it to mid-level international. I don't know how that happened. It says on Wednesday we rose to mid-level international, but okay then. Now we just need to get to high-level international, as I think the UFC is at high-level international. Well, they fell to mid-level international, so we'll see if we end up becoming the best promotion in MMA. I doubt it, but we'll take a look. I pressed the wrong button, so it's taking forever to load. Big database requires long loading screen. This is one thing I will not miss. There we go. Nope, we're still ranked number 2. We got our credibility up to under 100% now, though. Our stability is at 100% now, too. We lost a bunch of stability after canceling a show. I ended up canceling 61 No Limits. UFC still at mid-level international. Yeah, UFC's still at mid-level international. They have a lot of momentum. They have -2 momentum, though. Bellator. Their stability is kind of low, though, due to falling to mid-level international. Their credibility is high, though. The fact that we managed to get to mid-level international in less than 2 years is kind of crazy, and depending on how we hold our shows, we could end up hitting high-level international pretty soon, which is also pretty crazy to think about. So, yeah, let's get into it. Rising Tide to take place in Iowa. ASP 54, Rising Tide, being held in Iowa. This is the 5th ASP show of 2025 with 4 main fights and 4 preliminaries. We've got Branson Bigler versus Eric Anders main eventing, with Anders being a big favorite. The co-main event, Maiko Date versus Rugule Lipa. Lipa is a fan favorite. Olav Rogane versus Adon Tennyson. 6 picks for Rogane and 1 pick for Tennyson. Rudy Lucero versus Eugene Bilio. Lucero is a fan favorite. AJ Cunningham versus Martin Butirskaya. 7 picks for Cunningham, so he's a favorite. Hyder Goldstein versus Berengar Trinidad. Trinidad is a favorite. Democles Delatorre versus Anaz Clymer. Clymer will be leaving ASP after this fight. 6 picks for De La Torre, 1 pick for Clymer. Martin Iniguez versus Tanner Boser. So this is a prelim fight. Martin Iniguez defeats Boser in unanimous decision, and the fight was rated as decent. Okay. Now we go to Democles De La Torre versus Anaz Clymer. Anaz Clymer loses by unanimous decision. The fight was rated as good. Simple De La Torre gives it up for his fans and sponsors. And Trinidad wins by knockout punch. The fight was rated as great. In the last of the preliminaries, we'll see if Batir Skaya ends up winning. He doesn't by submission armbar. The fight was rated as good, so he remains without a win on his record. Rudy Locero versus Eugene Bilio. Eugene wins by knockout punch of round 1. The fight was rated as good. Eugene remains undefeated. Olav Rogne battles Aiden Tennyson. Aiden wins by knockout kick of round 3. The fight was rated as good. The co-main event is up next. Mike Odate battles Ruggiel Lipa. And Lipa wins by knockout punch of round 2. The fight was rated as good. And now we head into the main event. Branson Bigler versus Eric Anders. Let's get into it. Eric Anders defeats Bigler by submission arm triangle in round 1. The main event was rated as good. And we did hit high level international with the 69% critical rating. Nice numbers right there. And we got 15,389 fans in attendance. So we got pretty close to $4 million in the gate. That's insane. And popularity does increase in a couple of places, but it decreases in other places. So, yeah. That was a great way to end off the episode. In my eyes, in terms of everything. We gained $5,033,795 in profits. That is great to see there. And hopefully we can continue on forward as we head to becoming a high-level international and taking over the UFC. That would be pretty cool.